And opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Good evening and welcome to the Heikadelic Show right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board right now, send us an email. Our email address is instudio101@gmail.com. And now, right to your host of the Heikadelic Show, Heiko Mantic.
Good evening, everybody. It's so nice to have you back. We're glad you actually tuned in after last week's show. So I'd like to introduce my co-hosts and the man behind the glass and the man behind the lights. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. How are you, brother?
Awesome.
Great.
Freaking awesome.
What did we do last? Gary,
Yes,
did you have beans for Thanksgiving?
I had quite a few beans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta know something before we get into this, Gary. Are we going for wings after or what? A little late night wings.
No. We should have went for wing. No, I couldn't have gone before because I had two shows.
Right.
We get another night of the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down on
I
that.
got to make sure I don't have any shows though, right? Because I have shows just about every night.
I'll just tell them you're canceling them that night. That's all. It's more important, right?
Yeah.
What are you drinking tonight?
Nothing now. It's empty.
Oh, well, fill it up and we should
hang on.
get
George,
going with the song.
Yep.
George, here we go.
Oh,
You ready?
little
That was
dabble.
like a fucking magic trick, Heiko.
Did you do that? All right. I think we need to do the tune.
Let's do it.
It's
Can we play the tune?
Oh, wait.
What's-
Hang on, guys. I'll play it. Hold on.
All right.
Well, I'm already done. I can't wait that long.
That's because you're such a lush.
Well, there's some truth to that.
All right.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
A man that knows what beer's all about.
Oh,
And
yeah.
cheers to all of our listeners out there. Glad you could join us, have a drink with us. And
Yeah, our numbers are still going up quite nicely on Reality Radio. So thanks to everybody out in Reality Radio land for tuning in, as Georgie says it. And thanks for being with us.
you mean
So we're up to
people
about-
actually like the show?
There you go.
Yeah, we don't.
Hey, you know what? I was actually talking to a friend of mine in California, and we were catching up. He's actually a producer out there, and we were talking, and he actually mentioned you guys. He said, "You know what? I've been meaning to tune in to listen to you guys." And
Yeah.
he said, a friend of mine, another friend of his in LA, says he listens when he can, and he says you guys are freaking hilarious.
Oh,
So-
that's wicked.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But-
Now I'm just
There you
come
go.
to say these guys are sexy motherfuckers, and then we're set.
Yeah.
Must get really high out there, right? So
Right?
Well, you know, pot is legal in California, just like here. So
Yeah.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
is interesting, eh? How there's certain places in the States that it's totally illegal still, and there's other states that are.
Yeah,
It's
but
interesting. I guess
places
you
in
gotta
the
be-
States.
It's
that
up to
are
the
still
governor.
dry, right?
Yeah.
So
But
does that get? Sorry, go ahead, G.
It's up to the governor of each state. It's not federal law. So if
Right.
any governor says okay and they want to do it, they can do it, right? So it's up to
the
them.
governor. The governor.
Yeah.
So if you're in the
So,
States, say
speaking
you're
of
coming
Come on,
from.
Governor.
Speaking of California, though, Wahida's on. She's saying
Yes.
hello
Oh,
from Cali.
Wahida.
SoCal.
Hello.
SoCal.
And of course, there's Derek.
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 Hello,
Yeah,
you
I know he's
sexy
definitely
buggers.
talking to me right now. I can see that.
And Derek is high.
Sexy
I will be
boogers.
after. I totally will be
Cool.
high after. But gee, I do have a question then. So if you're in California
Mhm.
and you're like you got some weed on you, it's totally legal, and you stroll into a neighboring state or whatever. Well, they just throw, like, how does that work? Are they like really like fucking hard about that shit?
None of the states are like that anymore. The only if they catch it with you, they'll probably confiscate it. They could fine you, but what they would do, they're looking for dealers in those states that if the state doesn't have it legally and you're selling tons of it a year, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for the car that pulls you over. That's not
right. All right, well, that's good anyways. Because that would get real confusing, especially traveling through Canada, right?
Yeah.
Everyone here is just enjoying the high now, and I couldn't imagine going from one province to another and getting pulled over for what's legal in all the other provinces, right? That's kind of fucked, but okay, that's good anyways.
And the good news is that there's 50 states and several of them pot's legal. So every state is coming on board. It's just going to take a while, just because we just got it legal last year, right? So So look how long it took us, and we're a more liberal, free country than the U.S. is. So it's coming on board. I would say in the next 5 years, every state would be legal.
Good. And I think the next thing you're going to... Sorry, go ahead, Heiko.
They still have dry counties down there, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, it's very rare, though. It's very rare you see that. And the reason for that is because people were making alcohol that was very, very bad and killing people. That's the problem.
The moonshiners, right?
Yeah, moonshine. They actually put too much pure alcohol or the cleaning ingredients. They use bleach and stuff, and they were out, and people were getting really bad stomach issues and dying. So
a lot of the southern states still have dry counties, like down in Cherokee and stuff like that, right? So
I was at the Jack Daniel's distillery where they make whiskey.
It's dry.
Bourbon. It's a dry county.
Yeah, it is.
No booze allowed.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I hear that the employees that work there, they're allowed 1 26-ounce bottle per month from the factory.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Weird, eh?
It is weird. But where that's made, it's a very, very small county. The population's less than 100 people there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all you have to do is drive over the state line, grab your booze, and come back and party indoors, right?
Yeah.
There's just no really good rockin' bars in those counties.
No.
I mean, I don't condone any of that.
Yeah, right.
No, it would be redneck bands, So listen to the Heikadelic show.
So and I think next summer,
Ringo and his big toe.
There we go.
You know what they say about big toes, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Big nose.
You got big holes in your socks.
So Johnny Ringo, you have to have a party next year at your place for all the people in dry counties.
Dry County.
We'll invite them all up to your place. We'll
Dry County drunk one night only.
We need to make that.
We'll show them how Canadians party.
Yeah.
Yeah. People learn things when I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do.
Years ago, 3 of us, 2 buddies and myself, we went down to Alabama to visit another friend that used to live up here. And we filled the entire trunk full of beer. And we went down there and partied with the guys from Alabama. And oh my God, they started drinking our beer and got shit-faced.
Laid right out, eh?
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it.
Certain alcohol percentage in a certain beer, and then you go somewhere else that's stronger. It'd be like me go to Germany. I would be crawling out of bars in Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd just be no way. So
my cousin did that to me years ago. I went to Germany for a visit, and they said, "We're going to go bar hopping. We're going to buy the beer for you." And I said, "Okay, I'm in. Right? You guys pick. I'll drink. Right?" We got out of the 3rd bar, heading to the 4th, and I needed a hand walking. Just fucking goon.
Jesus Christ. Well, I told you there a couple weeks ago, I went out partying with Ed and Leon of the Lazies. And when I got home, I think I mentioned on the show how I got home, I was still fully clothed, still had my shoes on. I ended up in my bedroom, and my son, he does a lot of streaming online. He's a game streamer. So he's got his own thing going on, and he's in the middle of a stream at like 5 o'clock in the morning for some reason. And I all of a sudden here's just boom, huge crash, right? And people on his stream were like, "What the hell was that?" "Oh, that's just my drunken dad getting home from the bar." And that, boys and girls, what happens when you drink with Leon. So yeah, good night though.
So
I don't
what
remember a lot
what
of it, but
did
it was
you
a great
do?
night.
Were you getting another beer and you pulled the fridge on top of yourself?
No, I was in my
what?
bedroom. I managed to get my shoes off. I was trying to get my friggin' pants off. And I don't know, I had just fell over, man. I had a mark on my head for a couple of days after that. But just to show you how much of a champ I wasn't done. I still went down and had another 3 or 4 beers. Tall boys too. I'm no pussy. I don't fuck around.
Wait a minute. What kind of beer is that you drink, Terry?
Hey, you know what? Let's not go down this road there, Heiko.
So Derek says Brooklyn, Ontario was a dry town about 8 years ago.
Is that right, eh?
Oh, wow.
It's like 5 minutes from my place.
Just because nobody wanted to put business there as far as beer stores, liquor stores, or bars? I'm curious.
We'll have to Google this and find out. Maybe there's too many drunk people living there. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. As long as it ain't my town. Fuck them. So what do we got here, there, Ringo? This is Wahida. Yes, I'm in California. You guys, I have
takes one hit, she'll be sleeping for 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Wow. You only have one plant, eh? Well, we got 4 here. And what do you say, Hike? We were talking about that last week, Hike. What do you say off? Like, say a 10-foot plant, you can get almost a pound of weed, right? Is that what you were telling me before?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
it depends how dense it is too, right? It all depends on the plant and how well it grew.
Right.
Mine's pretty short.
I can show you some.
George, you notice you and I as senior citizens, we're just sitting here listening to all this stuff. We have no idea what they're talking about. You know,
absolutely
no.
They're just ignoring us right now.
I'll tell you what. I started last week. I started collecting my retirement Social Security from the States for my pension for the fire department.
Yeah, right.
It was so shocking to sign those papers online, and it's oh man. And George started collecting last year, right, George?
3 years ago.
3 years ago? Okay.
Yeah,
man. Oh, it's horrendous.
If I can just start collecting.
Yeah.
What does that show your age or something, Gary?
Well, yeah, you got to be a minimum of 63. I'm going to be 64.
Yeah.
And and now because of this divorce thing, I had to get all the ducks in a row. So
yeah,
yep.
I had to, my attorney wanted me to start collecting it and sign the papers and everything. So I did.
Yeah.
And I was holding off,
60, 63, 64.
Yeah.
So you're
63.
like, so you're like, when you get my age, when you get to be my age,
750.
it's all signed up. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to carbon date Ringo just to check his age.
I'm 65, guys.
Yeah.
Work out.
It was just funny that George and I are sitting here listening to you guys. You guys are all talking about weed and this and that.
Weed and drinking.
Yeah, and you're like all experts, and George and I are sitting there like, hurry up, we have to have a bowel movement,
But I'll tell you,
I wouldn't let that stop you, G. Just do it right there.
Yeah.
Instead of a ball movement, let's move over to the Atomic Ballroom. All right. Let's forget about bowel movements. Okay, what do you got for us this week, George?
Okay. Are we going to answer this or give a bit of time?
I actually know the answer for this, but we're going to give it a bit of a time. I know there's people that are going to know this.
Let's give it a bit of time.
Yeah, we will. That's what I just said.
Time,
I thought you might get it, Terry. Is it too easy?
It's actually one of my absolute favorite albums, period, as far as the hard rock genre goes, or whatever you want to classify this band. But I know who it is. I love this album.
All right.
Okay, hang on there, George. Let's bump you up here.
There we go. And you have your hand strategically placed there for a reason, don't you?
Yeah. Let's see that again, Gary or George.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh,
that whole back tells you everything you need to know. There's no way nobody's
can I guess?
Derek just got it. Yeah, it's the Cult Sonic Temple. Derek just got it.
It is
absolute brilliant album. I love this band. I always have. Yeah, that's one of my.
There you go.
Yeah, great album. I actually have it on my phone. I listen to it all the fucking time. I love that album.
Well, I thought I'd make it a little bit easier this week because last week,
nobody can get it.
Last week, as Mr. G pointed out, the album I picked came out before everyone was born. So,
that's what I was going to say, eh? Don't pull out the old fossil bands.
Yeah, I might do.
So Wahida brings up a good fact in California. If you get caught and smoking pot or whatever, smoking, if you don't have a doctor's note, you lose your Social Security.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Is he from California?
Oh no, wait, sorry. You don't have a doctor's note. Text once a month, you lose your Social Security. They have to pay you $200 a month for your own drug test. The doctor told me. Okay, so that's there you go. You probably learned.
Wahid, are you in
allegedly?
California?
Yeah, she is.
Southern Cal. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's crazy. I just honestly thought California, they just pick you up and take you to the Sunset Strip, say, wear this motherfucker off. But I guess not. They actually take you for a ride. Jesus.
Yeah, she had me all confused when she wrote SS. My brain went somewhere else.
Yeah. German.
Yeah, right. German.
Yeah.
Sounds just like you, Heiko, when you talk.
Some fine Italian right there.
We got the Gestapo here.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
So I just heard some
Starlog, right?
What's that?
Starlog. Wasn't that Camp Starlog or whatever it was?
What Gary just said?
Gary, yeah.
No, it was Hogan's Heroes, man.
Yeah, Hogan's Heroes. But wasn't there a camp called Starlog or
Starlog 13.
But there was a movie, Starlog, before.
Starlog,
before Hogan's Heroes came. It was from, I think it was Starlog 13, the movie. It was a good movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Southern California.
That
what
was Schultz.
So there was. Sorry, go ahead, G.
No, go ahead. She's in Southern California. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Terry. Sorry.
So I was just on music topics. So apparently, like I've always been a fan of the band Five Finger Death Punch, U.S. band, and we had our Canadian boy Jason Hook in the band. Who it was a really confusing kind of time over the past couple of months with him because suddenly he disappeared out of everything to do with the band. They put out a video without him. They never came clean. Jason Hook never said anything. Jason Hook is actually from Toronto, the other side of Toronto, and has been with the band for a while. But anyways, during all of this, it was kind of back and forth. Well, I guess Jason finally broke the rule that was set aside and said, yeah, I'm finished. And they actually brought in a wicked guitar player by the name of Andy James. And if anybody knows that name, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm super stoked to see what this lad's going to do with the band. He's just one of these shredders, just absolute shredders. And good. I'm glad to hear that he's part of the Five Finger family now. And I hope they do some killer shit with him. But just anybody, if you haven't heard.
I heard you do that once and you were awesome.
I did what?
The shredding.
Oh, fuck. Once. You've seen my band how many times? I played the same fucking set both times, or 2 or 3 times that you see me play.
This wasn't with your band. That was
because we were doing old Metallica covers. That's why. I was playing all old Metallica and Megadeth and stuff like that.
That Halloween night there, remember?
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast that night. Yeah, that was a good night.
Yeah.
Just remember, speed ain't nothing without class.
You know what? There's 100% truth to that, G.
Because
I could sit there. I could sit there and go. But what is that?
You gotta have some. You gotta have melodic.
You know, yeah, man. That's nothing.
100%. That's just the way it is. Like Hike, you and I, we went and seen Yngwie Malmsteen and Zakk Wylde and Nuno Bettencourt and remember that whole wicked performance?
Generation X.
The skill set on these high-end musicians, but my favorite out of all the musicians was Zakk and Nuno. Yeah. Not because I think anything terrible of what's his nuts there? Remember he was combing his fucking hair?
Oh Jesus! Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie was that was painful. He's off to the side of the stage. Everybody's out shredding.
He's at the top combing his fucking
hair. The dude is just a ridiculous player. And I mean, Steve Vai is I was listening to him when I was in high school, but there's just something.
Nuno Bettencourt was awesome.
He was fantastic because not only is he a great player, I didn't know he's also a damn good singer, and he's a great storyteller as well. So he was telling all these great stories in between, and he played and sang great songs. And then Zach is Zach. He come out, he did a few Black Sabbath songs, which is like his thing, and then he turns them into like 9-minute songs from like a 4 or 5 minute song because he adds in all this extra work. But it was still great, you know what I mean? But for me, I get bored of of constant sweep picking up and down, up and down. I just get bored of that. It's a skill set I don't have. I admire, but I don't want to listen to 45 minutes to an hour of that. I just don't. No. I don't care. So. But yeah, totally. It's but yeah, Andy James, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Five Finger Death Punch. Stoked actually. So yeah, just getting everyone up to speed.
George, wake up.
Okay. No, I'm listening.
No, I'm just kidding. I know you were contemplating something. You're next level, you know. It's kind of keep the
I just seen Ian on here just put Dime. And that's a good point because Dime is my absolute favorite guitar player of all time. I have the top 3, which is Dime, Randy Rhoads, and Zakk Wylde. And Dime was probably my biggest influence as a teenager growing up. And I still, his style is just my thing, right? God rest his soul.
Did you burp?
No, that wasn't me.
Is that Heiko? Heiko, did you burp?
It wasn't me.
Oh, somebody did.
That's just your stomach making noises, Ringo.
Yeah, he's got to go out for wings with Gary.
Yeah,
that's right. He's starving. He's waiting to go out for wings.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of food, do you guys want to know a really stupid fun fact about our American friends?
I love stupid fun facts.
Did you know that 7% of Americans eat McDonald's every day?
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
I'm not even a fan. Wow. I don't even really like McDonald's.
No, I hate McDonald's, but
and it's not because I'm some healthy freak. I honestly just don't like it.
If I go for takeout, it's usually
and the price you pay. Yeah. I literally went to, I think it was Burger King not that long ago, and I hadn't been there in probably 2 years or something like that. They had a new burger, and I really just thought, geez, I got to try that. So I went and tried it, and I'm not going to name it. It doesn't matter. I tried it, and I paid like over, I think it was like almost $15 for this, and it was gross. I was like, fuck this.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm not one to eat that stuff normally. If I go out, usually it's like Subway because I can put lots of shit on it that I like, and you kind of pick your own thing. But I don't do McDonald's, Burger King, and stuff like that. Funny. That was the last time.
When I was growing up, my mum was a fantastic cook. I mean, she was just brilliant, right? I really didn't appreciate it as a kid. How she used to cook and that, and I grew up on really good meals.
Yeah,
and then
you look healthy.
And then I couldn't believe it. Like she just passed away now, but like she got a thing for McDonald's fries. I have to be like this, like cooking person.
Well, I found a
just
McDonald's
fries. Nothing else, just the fries. You know?
I found a McDonald's fry under my seat, and I estimated it was there for 3 years, and it looked edible. I was going to eat it.
Yep.
Just to try it,
It probably is.
It might have
been. There's so much preservatives in it. It's actually still good 1,000 years from now.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I took the seats out of the van one day, and I looked. I go, "What's with all these fucking French fries under the seat, like in the grooves where the seats click in?"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and it was almost 8 months they were there since the last time the kids
no mold on them. They look like they just come right out of McDonald's.
Oh, right? Here, just no.
If you don't understand what that means, it means don't eat that shit. Is what that means. That's pretty much what it's telling you. If something looks brand new still after months of being in the seat of your car, that's food. Yeah, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
No. So I have a little rant. I have a little rant about something if you guys are interested in it.
All right.
So Gary, I'm never interested, but I'll listen.
Gary, keep me honest here. Are we so if I've got a rant about a big utility company, am I good?
You're good as long as it's accurate information.
Yeah, don't go slandering them and saying something stupid there, Ringo.
Oh, okay, hang on, Ringo, hang on. Okay, go ahead.
I'm good now? Okay, that's good. So all
right, time's up.
Okay. That's
Yeah, you're out.
No,
Wait, wait, let me
me.
start talking here. Go ahead, Johnny. This is what you.
So-
This is what, I'm going to tell you what they're going to hear at home. Go ahead, start talking.
Okay.
No, talk your rant. Go ahead.
So, okay. So everybody's got like some.
Jesus Christ! I took a drink at that point too.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
I'm sorry.
I had a issue with my telephone, or sorry, my television programming provider.
Yes.
And what it was they have continued to bill me for a receiver that I sent back that was I guess whatever, it wasn't working. So I sent it back in, I don't know, April or May or somewhere like that. But they continue to, so they arbitrarily bill out $500 a month, but they keep tacking interest on it. So they haven't received it. Maybe it got lost because of COVID. I have no idea. But regardless, I kept complaining about it, saying, look, I want you to take that off my bill because it's completely unethical to be charging me interest on something that doesn't, is an arbitrary charge, and it simply doesn't exist right now, right? Like, I mean, they lost it or whatever. So they haven't settled that up. So finally, 2 months ago, I stopped paying my bill. I just said, it's my only leverage, of course, right?
Yeah.
So of course, they came back.
Too. I do that all the time.
So if the show shuts off now, we'll know why.
No, it won't
Exactly.
actually. Well, it might be on their service. Yeah.
He's mooching right now, is what he's doing.
So the company,
He's not even on his own.
The company rhymes with hell, but I won't say who it is. Yeah. So that's what I call it now.
It's funny how that works, actually.
You know what's okay? So here's the rant part. What I didn't like about it was I called the customer loyalty group, so they're called, and this person couldn't do really anything for me. And in the midst of doing that, they cut my services off. They just erased my programming. So I thought that was nice of them. And I said, yeah, so what about my mother who's on Lifeline right now? And, when her thing can't dial out, I mean, it's on you guys, right? So, but they don't really care. They just arbitrarily decide, hey, we're going to do this, and they cut it off. And that's not even my problem. My problem is you call the customer loyalty group. They can't do anything. When I said, look, I'm asking you as a customer to escalate this immediately. And I got the blow off. In fact, what I was done, the person put me on hold because he felt I was being rude to him, right? And I said, well, I prefaced it. I said, listen, you're going to hear a lot from me because I'm not happy. I'm very frustrated right now. And I said, unfortunately, you're the middle person that has to take all of this. I said, but your company they're doing things right now that are just completely unethical in terms of billing for something, a service that I'm not getting, and tacking interest on it to boot. So my only leverage, of course, but you know what? They really have you in a difficult position. So I'm taking my other 4 receivers and I'm going to postmark them for their anus. But absolutely, it's just ridiculous, and it's just a cycle that reoccurs every few years and stuff like that. I find with them, and I've been a customer for, I don't know, 30 something years, but it's ridiculous, and it's a monopoly, and it not exactly a monopoly, but the other one's not any better. So
none of them are. That's why there's not enough competition in this country for this shit.
No.
Well, they buy all the competition, right?
That's exactly what they do. And the government at some point apparently was trying to step in, and I just think that went under the rug, to be honest with you, because of that. It's all fucking bullshit. And we pay the most for anything in this country, as far as if you want television, cell phones, all that stuff. It's ridiculous rates.
Well, you even pay most if you look at you're buying a greeting card, a birthday card. Let's go down as far as that. You look on the back, US $2.99, Canada $7.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So we've been getting screwed up here for decades.
100%. Yeah, it's utter bullshit. But on just to kind of not to steer too far off, but gee, do we have any emails?
Let me check.
Should probably just check that out. I hate missing any.
Yeah, my brain just went there too.
Yeah, Ralph is listening, and he says enjoying the show today. I'm in Florida. I won't tell you what city. I don't know why, but thanks, Ralph. We appreciate it.
Okay, we're not going to come look for you. We promise.
Yeah. Shep writes in and he says, I am a fairly new listener. Does the Heikadelic Show have a website?
Yep.
And that's
yes,
Shep.
we do.
So you can
The
let him know that.
Heikadelicshow.com. The Heikadelicshow.com or .ca.
That was
which
Jeff?
one is it?
Yeah.
Shep.
And if you're a new listener, my friend, we are also streaming this live to Facebook, which is our Facebook page. So just go to Facebook, Heikadelic Show, if you want to actually watch our ugly mugs. And we're here. Check us out there. Yeah.
And on our Facebook,
on
you
YouTube.
can watch older shows. You can watch
That's
all
right.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Roscoe writes in.
Pico Train.
Roscoe writes in and he says, hello, everyone. I am enjoying the show tonight as well. I wanted to know if tonight is that night that we're going to hear the I'm sorry, Roscoe. I the way you wrote this, you want to know if tonight's the night you guys are going to play acoustically. That's that.
Yeah, sadly, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary, if you got a guitar, grab your guitar.
Thanks, Roscoe.
They're all over the studio.
I have an acoustic right behind me, but
beautiful.
All right,
Play
play it there.
prepared.
Come on, Jeff.
Just play something and I'll add lib. Gary will do some backups. Oh.
I could. Art writes in, and all he has is a big question mark.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay. That's a lot of questions. I mean, I get it.
Listen to this, though.
He's asking the big question about the show. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, but I have the answer for him. The answer is, Art, we're your kind of people.
That's right.
Wait. Art wrote back. Hold on. Let me rescan here. Art wrote it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it was, Terry, basically. But Art says he wanted to say hello to George Andrew because he did used to listen to the Atomic Ballroom. He's into that kind of music. He's not into a lot of heavier stuff. Miss George Andrew and his ballroom show. That's from Art.
Oh, all right.
All right.
There you go, George.
Art, just listen to me for a second, okay? This is Bruce Keskiowski. I'm one of the listeners as well, and I used to love his show as well. It's great. You know, George used to come in and have that ball rolling around. It's so nice. And he used to play, like, my favorite thing is always Casey and the Sunshine Band. Oh, my God, that's so cool. I just can't believe the music he used to play. Yes. Georgie, we love you. And, yes.
Yeah. You missed my shiny disco balls. Is that what it
and
is?
now he's done tuning in because now Gary's made him out to be gay.
Yeah. No, well, Art, listen, I'm not saying you're gay, Art. I'm not saying that at all. But
I'm just happy you're tuned in and just keep listening.
Yeah, but I just want to let you know that 97% of George's audience was of the LBGQ 50603 quarters people.
Really?
So, yeah.
Nice.
The LGBTQ, I get that part. I certainly get that. Okay,
Isn't
so
there
what
a
was
T
the
in there
rest?
somewhere?
Yeah. No, we love George. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's good.
I'll tell
I thought you were serious for a minute there.
No, I'll tell you a story. Yeah. You know, George used
Kathy
to tell
thought that
me,
was me. Wow, Gary.
Wow. George used to tell me a lot of times when, you know, his wife, who is an incredibly wonderful woman, she used to, you know, ride with him wherever they were going, whatever. And George used to play a lot of the music that he liked. And a lot of it was dance music and disco music. Because, you know, he was a DJ at the world famous Sparkles.
It was
In
the
the
best
ballroom.
of disco volume 5.
And his wife used to look up and say, we got to listen to this shit again while we're driving or whatever.
I'm driving.
Yeah, she wanted him, of course, to play rock and stuff, right? It was hilarious.
I so thought you were going to say
well,
he did. You know, he DJ'd at the world famous bench.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
It's really not world famous. Just saying.
Hey, Kathy.
That incident happened on the way to Kingston, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think we're about 45 minutes,
right?
You know, away from Kingston from here.
Right.
And I was playing whatever, and she said, "Have you got anything else you can play?" And I went, "Yeah." She said, "Well, what are you playing at the moment?" I said, "It was Best of Disco Volume 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well."
Right.
Yeah. Said, if you put any of those on, pull this car over right now. I'm getting out and I'm walking the rest of the way.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Thank you, Kathy, for that. I do voiceovers for a living, so I have to do all kinds of voices.
That's awesome.
And I've done gay guys on commercials,
which is his preference, actually.
Yeah. So yeah,
but you can't really stereotype and say that is necessarily a voice
gay
of
guy.
a because I it's funny because there's just different voices out there, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
speaking of preferences,
saying, Gary, but
there's some preferences going on the screen here. I saw them go by. We have some awesome listeners out there, and they're hinting, and they keep typing in tra la 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 la. So I think it's time. I think it's time.
Shall we?
Everybody, grab your drink.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with that. Okay, I got it. Never mind.
So Bobby's wedding is after his birthday, so cheers to Bobby.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bobby.
So I think I was on Bobby's invite for his wedding or something.
He just felt sorry for you.
And then I got dropped because I think of the COVID restrictions.
No, he just stopped feeling sorry.
He just tells me to keep looking for my invite, and I keep looking, but it never comes.
Yeah, it's not coming. He messaged me and said, "Fuck that guy."
Okay.
No, he did. Anyways, we should quickly jump over to back to.
Too bad I was going to buy you a house, Bobby, for your. Oh, he's got one.
Sorry. Oh
yeah. He's got one.
You got some more trivia there for us, George.
Yeah, let's do a couple more questions.
All right, this is the who are we, or who am I? But this is who are we.
You know who we are. Come on, stop playing games.
I know.
Get on with it.
It's a band formed in San Diego in 1989. The band lineup remained unchanged till around 2013, when the lead vocalist was fired. Linkin Park vocalist Chester Bennington joined the band for a couple of years. And
really?
I know exactly who this is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give it up, though. I'm going to leave it for everyone else. I know who it is.
Okay. In 2016, the band launched an online audition for a new vocalist. The original name of the band was Mighty Joe Young, which I didn't know that.
Oh,
they signed to Atlantic Records. They've sold 18 million records in the US and 40 million worldwide albums.
Really?
Yeah, these guys are actually pretty huge. Still are.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yep. He got it.
Correct.
Derek got it. He put it up, but yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Chester killed himself, because he was very depressed about his good friend from Stone Temple Pilots,
Scott.
And
there's actually a lot of stuff up in the air over all that now. Not just So okay. All this stuff going on in Hollywood right now with like Epstein and all that crazy shit that's happened. And so him and Chris Cornell and the entire, I'd have to find it again, but there's an entire list of big artists that were part of this documentary that was coming out. They were all working on it together. And it was about basically pedophilia in the music industry and all this kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And all of these artists were working on it, and every single one of the people that were involved in it all conveniently committed suicide. Really? So there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of really weird stuff going on in the background there.
They were working to fight it, I guess, right?
Obviously, this documentary was against all of this stuff, right? Exactly. Yeah, it's not like they put a documentary out about pedophilia promoting it. It was all about against again, everything going on in Hollywood right now. It's just disastrous.
Yeah, but that's why we need Johnny Ringo's new show, all these conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
there you go.
We need to do that.
He can have
save it.
Yeah. Mommy, be quiet. Johnny Ringo's on right now. Stop it, Mommy.
That guy right there. Right there.
Now, I'm not saying anything beyond that. I'm just saying there is some theories out about that right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge Chester Bennington fan, like a Chris Cornell fan. Both those musicians were absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying there is some stuff going on behind the scenes, I guess, nowadays in regards to all of that. So
look it up. You know what? Speaking of not conspiracy, well, maybe it is, but so there's a thing on Netflix right now called The Social Dilemma.
I've seen that. Right. It looks brilliant, actually.
It's amazing because it's all these ex-people. We're probably going to get our episode shut down because of it, but there's all these things about these ex-executives from Facebook and Google and all of this stuff that was supposed to be built to designed to target advertising and gain more customer data. But there's also a very evil side to it, which fake news is becoming almost real news, and it's
sad.
It's terrifying because they say that the future might bring civil war and all these other major catastrophes because people are really, and if you think about it, think about how you're wired to Facebook and all these other social media, right? You can barely leave your phone down for any long period of time. Like before I come in a show, right? I can see people from the green room, and like Terry's back will be turned, and he's like violently going through and liking all these Czechoslovakian women and stuff like that.
That's what I'm doing violently.
But
when you said he's
so focused on it, can't put it down. But
wow.
like
I don't have my phone in my hand. I trust you.
And then Gary clearly has his laptop open to some other social media with all those lube bottles that are strewn about next to him.
Right. Now here's his real rant.
But the thing is that when you think about it, right? And the backdrop to this social dilemma, and it's a documentary, I guess, it's quite interesting. But they sort of show this kid who's so linked into socials that he can't really function well as a human. He's lost touch with reality to the point where he's literally a zombie, and they sort of backdrop all of these controls at social media that are putting things in front of him to motivate him to do things, and it's pretty terrifying. So the concept of AI, artificial intelligence, to some degree, with the algorithms are not just algorithms that go and hunt and pull pieces of data. It actually learns over time. So the algorithms are now kind of bleeding into the concept of AI. And here's something interesting. Like I was watching it, and now if I don't know if I got my facts straight or not, but there's this sort of hashtag Pizzagate, which is was something that was designed to give the impression that some pizzerias in that are running trafficking and and kind of have kids locked in their basement or something. But a lot of that was not true, obviously, and maybe most of it. I don't know the facts behind it. I was only exposed when I watched that, but apparently I've talked to some friends who said, yeah, no, I've heard about it. And it would actually, based on your interest on social media, it would put that in front of you as a real thing to a concern. And it got to a point where I think someone was taken down that was actually going to pursue and maybe harm some one of the pizzerias, or had a gun or something. So it's pretty scary when you think about it.
I read up on that stuff too, the Pizzagate stuff. It's again, it's pretty bizarre. But
I also know that same documentary they talk about, one thing that they've done with social media that a lot of people don't realize is they're using psychology against you, right? Which is everything based around Facebook, Twitter, all this stuff. It's all taking psychology and using it against everybody on the planet. And that's how they kind of manipulate everything. So, because I haven't watched that yet, but I've watched just literally, if you go to what is it? Where is that again? I have so many of them now. Is that that's Netflix, right?
Netflix, yeah.
Okay, so go to Netflix. What's the name of it again, Ringo?
I think it's The Social Dilemma.
That's what it's called. Yeah. Just watch just the snippet that they show you on there, and it's pretty fascinating. I haven't watched it yet, but I will be watching it probably the next couple of days.
I can send you some stuff too that'll blow your mind.
Oh yeah,
I'll send you some links.
But here's the thing too, right? Like COVID, right? And I guess I can't say that too many times, or we'll get pulled off the air again. But things like that, it actually will. There's at least two different streams. There's ones, the belief that it exists and it's killing people, which it absolutely is, if you've experienced that closely. But then there's the ones that, I don't know anybody who's had it. I don't know anybody who knows anybody who's had it or affected. But then there's this other alternative reality. And then people start to question, well, hang on a second. I'm hearing, like, does this exist or doesn't it exist? So they may have believed it existed and all of a sudden they don't. But it is absolutely real. I mean, I have my own personal experiences, but it's amazing how the social media affects us to a point. And you know what? Here's what I definitely have learned about cell phones in general, right? Cell phones. So when you're texting your friends and kids today, I mean, they'll sit on the same couch together and they'll text each other, right? They won't talk. So you're losing that one-on-one communication. But it's so addictive. It's addictive, and it's habit forming. So when you break away from whether it be social media attention or your friends, and you're not communicating with them, you lose that. You ready for another one? You lose that touch.
Would he just fall over?
Yeah, he did actually.
He looks like he just wiped out. Well done, Heiko.
Drunk host down.
Whoa.
Security, drunk host down.
Are you wearing pants? I'm pretty sure I seen a bare ass during that whole movement.
Dab.
Yeah.
I mean, dab.
As I went down, I got a new one. Here we go.
Yeah,
dab spelled backwards is bad, right? Bad. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Anyway,
all right.
Hey, I got to say 3 really quick things. Oh my God. I got to say.
Well, can you get your fucking camera set? Holy fuck.
3 quick things. I want to say cheers to Keisha. And I want to say cheers to James for catching his first fish in Canada. And Gary, I got to ask you, what's that little pump bottle beside you on the shelf there? What's that for?
This is my very special hand lubricant. And I just love to use the seat when you just don't use lubricant, like, you know what I'm saying? You just, it can be very chafing for the penis. So I just love to use it. Some people think it's hand sanitizer. You're crazy.
Oh, but it's not.
It's not. No, I wouldn't believe that. Oh God, using that alcohol shit. Are you kidding me? How it dries my skin. Oh, it's crazy. So this is a great hand lubricant. And you know where I buy it from? George Andrew. He sells it.
Oh my God.
He totally just threw you under the fucking
wow.
I went over to George's house and he said, "Do you need any more lube?" And I said, "Yes, please." So he brought out this disco box, this big pink disco box. It was amazing. It had like fur inside of it and things. And he opens it up. And what he showed me was, oh my goodness, this is great. And it says, George, you can see it right here on the bottle, George Andrews hand sanitizer lube.
There you go.
So
wow.
Thank you, George, for that. I love you,
anytime.
George.
So you can lube up
solely by
and be
Atomic
clean.
Ballroom.
Yeah, you guys, right.
I just suddenly realized something, that when the Ringo, Coad, or Heiko get together, we're asking each other for weed.
Yeah.
Gary goes over to George's place. He's asking
for
lube.
I actually I go over George and say, "Hey George, you got any lube?" No.
Right.
We got some emails, but Derek wrote a few great things. First of all, he writes, he's got a question and answer here, and he says, "Why did Ringo have his telephone cut off?" That's the question. And the answer is
because I didn't pay my bill.
No, he says because he wanted to win the Nobel Prize. Peace Prize?
Nobel Prize.
Okay.
Got it.
And then he goes on to say, "Is
the
tonight
Nobel Prize
Gary play live before MCM and Toad play?" No, we're not, sorry there, my friend. We're not going to do that tonight. I'd like to. If I can get these guys to do it, we can do something great, right?
You guys got to do it, man.
Amy writes in and says, "Love the trivia. Thanks for that. I always enjoy that every week."
And we're not done yet.
We're not done. We got to slip one in there.
And yeah, Dottie writes in and says, "Oh my God, OMG, you guys are higher than a kite." Apparently, okay.
I'm not yet. That's the scary part. I might be a little bit drunk, but I'm not high yet. Not yet.
Greg wants to know where we're broadcasting out of and where from. And Greg, we're outside of Toronto in Canada. We won't tell you.
In the shadow of the CN Tower.
That's right, in the shadow of the CN Tower. But we're all in bunkers, and we're not going to tell you exactly where we are. But we're outside of Toronto, so just picture Toronto. And that's from Greg, and that's it.
Oh,
all right.
Speaking of that, that's it. I got to say something really quick here. Bobby Cuz, you're a dickhead because he wrote "Dab sucks." Did you see that, George?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Bobby Cuz must drink piss beer like Kerry Coad does.
No, hang on a second.
Doesn't he?
No. You totally misread that, dude. He wrote "Dabs are the shit."
You
old motherfucker. That's not what he's saying.
Shit. That's shit.
When somebody says that's the shit, that's like a compliment, dude. Relax.
When somebody shits, that's a compliment.
We apologize based on Heiko. Hey, Shady Pines for Heiko, right?
Yeah, he's going to Shady Pines now.
Yeah, in fact, Bobby,
when it is shit, a compliment.
Bobby, bring a car by.
It's been for a long time.
And a shovel.
I'll tell you. Let me
We're going to take care of this.
Let me explain.
Did he have the definite? He did insert the definite article, right? It wasn't.
That's right.
About shit. It was the shit. So he had the definite article in there.
That's right.
So it's not the shit. It's awesome.
Hike, this is the way it is.
No, it makes a difference.
Someone says that beer is shit, meaning it's crap. It's no good. If they say it's shit, it means it's the bomb. Like really cool.
Right. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Who makes this shit up?
And by the way, Heiko, fuck you. You were always bashing on the beer I'm drinking. I hope you just fell over, you bastard.
Oh my God. He's on fire now.
Uh-oh. Where are you?
You just set your house on fire. That's all we see. It looks like fire.
I can't see it.
Okay, so George, let's get on with your last bit of trivia.
Okay, well, I was going to say on the subject of lubricants, to like do the segue.
And so we should.
A proper segue. Is I noticed that a lot. Well, Derek wrote it, I think, and Stone Temple Pilots are also known as he wrote it, STP for short, right?
Right.
And STP is also the logo of a lubricant.
That's correct.
That's
it's also better than an STD,
you see that segue? So we get
and that means
motor oil additives.
STP means supplemental type petroleum.
I've got
and STD means sexually transmitted disease.
There we go. Right. I thought it was scientifically treated petroleum. But it's the same thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess. By the way, Wahida writes in, can't wait until next week. Wahida, is that your actual picture that you always put up there? I want to know if that's your actual picture. With the U.S. flag.
Yeah, Wahida, don't answer that. He's
She's got a crush all of a sudden.
Yeah. Oil.
Oh yeah, Bobby, love you, brother. Motor oil, yeah.
All right. Now we're done with the lubricants.
Let's finish
our weekly threesome. Okay. So
let's
got
do
our
that.
threesome here.
These sick
these have got a link.
Sorry, say that again, George.
We don't just throw the show together, right?
No, we don't at all.
All right, we've got a common link, somewhat common to all three of these: The Doors, Elton John, and Queen.
What's the question?
What do those bands have in common?
Gay singers.
Yeah.
Gay singers.
I don't think Jim was gay, was he?
No, but close though. He was off.
How do you know?
He's a little off center.
Maybe.
Hey, go ask him.
Yeah.
Ringo had him. Apparently, he's not gay. It's all good.
So what were the three bands? The Doors, Queen, and who else?
Craig is saying a lot of drugs. He's probably not wrong.
Probably, but something more creative than that.
Gay singers who need a lot of lube.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Thanks, Kathy.
Okay, so Derek didn't hear this. Okay, say the bands again.
The Doors. Elton John, and Queen.
Oh
shit!
Obviously, gay singers that like a lot of lube. Yeah, Jim Morrison wasn't gay.
No, I don't think so.
Gay. Jim Morrison was the man. Are you fucking kidding me? He's awesome. Love the Doors. Shit.
Are you saying because you're?
Fuck you is what I'm saying, Ringo.
Here we go. Here we go.
Do they all have the same song titled the same?
No.
Kathy says Jim was bi.
So that's a different one, but it doesn't have anything to do with their sexuality.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with sexuality, drugs, albums,
so let's eliminate that.
But never on the same bill.
And honestly, not that we give a shit, because none of us care who's sleeping with who, or it doesn't matter. We don't give a flying fuck.
About that.
George, I got it. They all wore size 12 shoes.
What?
No. I don't think so.
Craig's saying, hang on, where'd it go? Oh, sorry.
They've all had something.
Bernie Taupin co-wrote a tune. I don't know what that actually entails.
Right, I'll give you a clue.
Pianos in the band, is Derek saying?
No, it's kind of a bit more different than that. None of them were actually those artists in what they did.
Bernie Taupin co-wrote a tune for them all.
Well, that's what I just said, but that's not it.
Bernie Taupin was a lyricist, but what was the clue you said, George? I didn't catch what you said.
None of the members of the band or Elton John were actually part of what happened. They were in a way, but they weren't actually directly involved.
So something connects all three of those, but they weren't directly involved in that connection.
Yeah.
Wow, that's real complicated then, isn't it? They all have something that has.
They were all portrayed. They were all portrayed.
Oh, in movies.
In a movie.
In movies, biopics.
Oh, right.
Oh, I just have to admit, George, that was a really shitty, stupid trivia question.
No, it wasn't.
Because you can't
because she didn't get it. That's why.
No, I did get it. But the thing is, no, George, I'm only kidding. You know that. What I'm saying is,
so Kathy says they were all bi, and they were all in love.
Biopics.
Yeah, but that was such a bizarre question because that could be a million answers to that, right?
Yeah,
no, you got it though.
It's questionable trivia,
right? But you're right though. I actually didn't catch that. So, all right, let's move on.
Hey, come on, it's trivia on the Heikadelic show. What do you want?
That's right, and it's me that's like doing it. So come on,
George. What do you got left? What do you got left?
Not exactly.
You got
another one, George?
The end is nigh, right?
We've got the audio.
One more.
Hey,
George.
The
end is nigh.
We have 1 minute.
George, by the way, George, I love what your insignia on those headphones, the 45 insert. Yeah. It's cool, man. I like that. On your ear cups there.
New marks.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
That is cool. I like that.
They're like ear condoms for going too fast. All right. 45.
Yeah, that wasn't it, George.
Oh, that's an ending.
That's a long ending. So that's from the 70s, right?
No.
No, it's an 80s song.
80s.
No.
And we're trying to guess the song.
From the noughties. It's from the noughties.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hang on.
Play it again.
Poison?
No, they're not a US band.
Oh, they're not a US band. Okay, so we're okay, give us a hint. We're gonna run out of time real quick.
They're from the British Isles.
They're from the British Isles. Are you are you in the dark about this one? I left you in the dark again.
Yeah, you got to do it quick because we're almost out of time, buddy.
That's your clue. That's your clue.
The British band.
Is the band called The Darkness?
That is correct. It's The Darkness.
All right.
Yeah, you totally didn't even know that one.
And I
didn't know, but as soon as he gave me the clue, I was like, that's the fucking Darkness. Yeah. I actually dig those guys. No, I totally do actually like them. I just didn't catch it. So yeah, I got you. Good job.
All right.
Blackness was part of the dark.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Give me your outro.
I'm doing the outro. I just want to thank all of our listeners for being a part of our show and drinking with us and having fun with us. And thank special guests, Wahida, Derek, Kathy, Bobby Cuz, sorry about that, pal, Craig, Ian, Ralph from Florida, Jeff, Roscoe, Art, Keisha, Amy, and Greg. You guys are all as awesome as we are. You guys all tune in. Next week, we're going to have our Halloween special. Please tune in, be a part of our show next week, send us our emails, and we're going to have a lot of good times. Who's the lady that's on again there, Johnny Ringo? What's her name? Eon.
Kathy and Wahida and...
No. Our guest.
Oh, next week. No.
Yeah.
It's Deanna from...
Okay. You guys be part of the show. See you next Monday night.
Neon Dreamer. Sorry,
there you go, Neon Dreamer. See you guys next Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show here on Reality Radio 101.
Cheers! We have Derek from House of Horn next week too.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Heikadelic Show with your host, Heiko, right here on Reality Radio 101.